We're going to do a close read of this article in order to find some key details and decide what the main idea is. I noticed that my students are not thinking deeply about what they're reading. They're reading on the surface, and they can tell you any fact that you want, but it's very difficult for them to look more closely at a text and to take these key details and synthesize them to see what do these facts mean when they're interwoven together.
I think that the main idea is that seals can that the prey can sometimes outsmart the predator.
Give a thumbs up if you agree with Vincent. I'm thinking that was a very smart statement, Vincent. This is something new that I've been doing this year, doing close reading and trying to put it into my science and social studies lessons. What is the author really saying here? What is the big idea? And I'm trying to get them to think about author's purpose and why are they writing this article and what do they want me to know about the information presented. I'm going to read paragraph number 1. I'm going to read it first time for the gist. A seal plunges into the sea. It dives deep. The first time I'm reading it, I read for the gist. I would underline words that I think are important and circle unfamiliar words. Okay, so in my head I have an understanding of what's going on here, but I'm going to read it again and I'm going to try to figure out the key detail. A seal plunges into the sea. It dives deep. It spins through the seaweed looking for fish to eat. I'm going to ask Jordan to read for the gist, and then Vincent is going to do the thinking work, and he is going to think about that key detail that we're going to take a note on.
Not far away, a great white shark waits. It is also hungry. The shark's skin is sensitive. It can feel the seal moving in the water. The shark changes direction. It speeds toward the seal.
So in our heads, do we have a key detail? Because Vincent's going to come up here and write a detail, and I want you to write your key detail by number 2. Now I see that you're writing that the shark can feel. I agree with you, but how can it, does it have hands? What detail do you need to include?
Its skin is sensitive.
You need to have that key detail, right? This has been a learning process for me, and I never realized how small you need to go in order to get the meaning. Because when I started the process, I was reading half a page as my model and then was just doing the whole article and having them do the rest. So really what this taught me is like 3 lines is close reading. Concentrate on 3 lines at a time, and then hopefully by going so much slower that they can go a little bit more deeply. So Vincent wrote, the shark can feel the seal moving and the skin is sensitive. If you have something that looks like that, can I have a thumb up? Why is that important?
Because the shark can feel its prey moving in the water, so it knows where it is. So, because if it's really hungry, it could have something to eat.
How is that sensitive skin helpful? Daquan, do you want to answer that one?
It could feel when a predator is close to it.
It does. What we're going to do right now in your partnerships, I'm going to ask partner B to read for the flow, and I'm going to ask partner A to do the thinking out loud work, and both agree on a key detail that you would like to add for paragraph number 3. Okay? So let's do that right now.
The shark swim closer. The seal's heart beating gives off tiny pulse of election. The shark follows the faint signal.
I think the seal's heartbeat gives off tiny pulses of electricity.
And like the shark is following the signal.
The shark zigzags and then zags. Its head swings from side to side.
Oh, I think I know why it zigzags.
Yeah,
it zigzags because it wants to get to it, and that may be a faster way of swimming.
The students really do need you to build a ladder for them. You know, what do you think? why? Why is the author including, why is this important? Why is this a key detail? What's not important? Just those thinking questions that I don't provide an answer. It's almost like, so all right, you say this is a fact, why is it important? So let's talk about that paragraph. What do you think is a key idea of that paragraph? What did you just discover over here?
That like the shark zigs and zags.
It goes like that way, like when it's swimming.
It's like a snake. Like when the snakes go like that, when it goes on the ground, it zigzags.
And how might that adaptation, that zigzagging, help the shark?
Swim faster. It probably helps it swim faster.
In order to do what?
To get the seal.
What's happened with Common Core is that my reading lesson is my science lesson, and my reading lesson is my social studies lesson. So where I used to have a read aloud, I'm using my close reading in science and social studies a great deal more now than I ever did before, and I'm spending less time with fiction. Not that I'm not doing fiction because that's my love, but I'm spending a lot more time doing this and in nonfiction and finding good articles and trying to have the children slow down and really like, what does this mean? And what is this about?
The shark is hard to spot. Its belly is white, its back is black, and the colors blend. The word blend helped us.
So what do you think ambush means?
Like sneaks up and attacks it. Yeah, like it can camouflage into the water, and then when it gets really close to the seal, and when the seal doesn't notice, it just attacks it.
One of the good detail is that the shark camouflages with the water.
Maybe that black and white like helps it camouflage.
Yeah, maybe the black and white helps it like get to the seal, and
maybe
it's easier for
predators mean two predators, like maybe two or more.
Yeah,
because
probably.
it has an S at the end.
Your students get used to it. They're used to close reading in literature. They're used to close reading in their homework. They're used to close reading in class. So I'm hopeful to see what happens.